Good morning, students. How are you all? Today I am going to start with the chapter number 13, limits and derivatives. So this chapter, students, limits and derivative, that is an introduction to calculus. Means this chapter is the part of calculus. So here in this chapter, first we will discuss the concept of limit, that is very important. In the limits, let us see, students, in NCERT book we write the limit as LIM, but in other reference books if you will say that it will be LT, limit. We say limit x approaches to a, approaches to 0, approaches to 5, whatever that will be given. So we read it as limit, we can say like this, limit x tends to a. Means we are saying x tends to a means if we will take the value of x as equal to a, then what will be our function? Here we are taking if x tends to a, we are assuming here, we are taking here, if we take the value of x as a, what will be the function then, students? So this is the way to write the limit. After that I am coming with the concept of this limit. Actually what is the reason, what is the basic things behind this concept, that is limit, that I want to tell you here. Students, while you write 5 upon 5, you all know that this is equal to 1. While we say 5 upon 0, you all know that this is equal to infinity. While we say 0 upon 5, you all know that this is equal to 0. But here, students, while we say 0 upon 0, then you know, if 5 upon 5 is equal to 1, with the same way, if we say 0 upon 0, that will be also equal to 1. But some students will say that if we will write 0 upon 0, no sir, this will come as if there is denominator is having 0, whatever the value that may be in the numerator, it means this is equal to infinity. But some students will say, no sir, if numerator is 0, whatever the value may be in the denominator, that will come as equal to 0 then, students. It means 0 upon 0 having 3 values, students, 1, infinity and 0. Is it possible? No. This is not possible. That why? Because if we say 12 upon 4, 4 3s are 12, it having exact value, 1 value is there. But while we say 0 upon 0, it having 3 values, 1, infinity and 0. Actually, students, in this concept, I am going to make its relation with the limits, because to overcome on such type of the problems where this 0 upon 0 form will come, this form is known as indeterminate form, students. We say this form as indeterminate form, we say this form as invalid form, we say this forms as having no values. We can say having no values. Why we say having no value? Because no mathematician had told us what is the value of 0 upon 0. But we are going to solve this thing. We are having the solution to overcome this problem. We having the limit then, students. With the help of these limits, we solve such type of the problems. How we solve it? Let us see. I am taking one of the example. Here I have mentioned the example that the function is x square minus 4 over x minus 2. Right, students? If I am taking x as equal to 2, then what will happen? F of 2, that will come as equal to 2 square, that is 4 minus 4 upon 2 minus 2. It will come as equal to 0 upon 0. Right? We are getting the indeterminate form. But this thing, if I will solve it with the help of the limit, if the limit x tends to 2, this f of x, that is equal to limit x tends to 2, but we are doing, students, we will simplify it. Simplify means we can make its factor. x square minus 2 its square upon x minus 2. Right? So what you will get while you will solve it, this will come as limit x tends to 2, and student, this is x minus 2 into x plus 2 upon x minus 2. It will cancel out. Now this x tends to 2 means if we are taking x as equal to 2, if we are taking x as equal to 2, what you will see, 2 plus 2, that will come as equal to 4. So now with the help of the limit, we can find out the solution of this type of the problem, students. Now after that, some simple forms are there like this. Limit x tends to 2, but the function is x plus 5. Now first we will check that is there is 0 by 0 form? No. So directly we will put the value of x as 2. This is 2 plus 5. It will come as equal to 7. So there is two ways, students, to solve the questions of the limit. One way is there. If we will put the value of the limit, it come in the form of 0 by 0. We will simplify it first. After that, we will find out the solution. Second one is simple. If it is not in the form of 0 by 0, directly we will put the value, whatever x tends to 2 is given, we will put this value here and you will get your answer. Is it clear? There are two ways to solve this type of the question with the help of the limit. After that, I am coming with the left hand limit and right hand limit. This concept is very important, students. Left hand limit and right hand limit. Here is left hand limit. In the left hand limit, while I will say just limit x tends to a, here we will mention x tends to a negative f of x. While I will use a having a is negative, means in that case this function will show its left hand limit. Means we write it like this. Limit we change into h tends to a 0. And f of it will come as equal to a minus h, students. Second is right hand limit. This is equal to limit x tends to a plus f of x. This is equal to limit and this h tends to 0 f of a plus h. Now students, in detail I will tell you while I will do this type of the problem. I will solve the exercise problem, because actually their h is there very small quantity. We are sometime while we are using the left hand limit, we will subtract it from the function. While we are using the right hand limit, we are adding h there. This small quantity will be added in that case. So after that we are coming with this theorem number 1. In this theorem number 1, let f is and g be the two functions such that both the limit x tends to a f of x and the limit x tends to a gx exist, right? First condition is there, they will exist. Now the limit x tends to a, if both the functions are added, f of x plus gx, means that we will separate their limit. That is limit x tends to a f of x plus limit x tends to a g of x, then students. After that, second one is limit x tends to a. Now there is the minus sign between them, right? So we will separate them and minus sign will come here. Third is limit x tends to a f of x into gx. Here students, what we will do? Limit x tends to a f of x into limit x tends to a g of x. Means we will separate the function and separate limit we will apply. Next one is limit x tends to a fx upon gx. Now they are in the form of fraction. Means limit x tends to a fx upon limit x tends to a gx. Clear, students? Last one is there, that is limit x tends to a c f of x. This c is the constant, students. So what you will do? Constant will come outside and we will write it as limit x tends to a then f of x. This is also its fifth part, then students. After that we will discuss more theorems. Theorem number 2. If students limit x tends to a, there is the function x its power is n, a its power is n upon x minus a. So if in this theorem, how we will write its answer, students? It will come as n a its power is n minus 1. we can say that here this a is any, we can say here a is any positive integer or any positive integer a. So this is the base, students, that is limit x tends to a. This will come as equal to, if the function is in this form. Why we will do the exercise question? We will see that if our question is in this form, we will apply this theorem, and by that way, and the result will come. Theorem number 3, if the limit x tends to 0, sin x upon x. Remember, students, it is always equal to 1. This theorem, their proof are given on your NCERT book. Fourth one is limit x tends to 0. This is tan x by x. That is always is equal to 1 then, students. Directly we will use this solution in the exercise question. Next one is, fifth one is limit x tends to 0. That is 1 minus cos x by x. This is also equal to 0 then, students. How it will come as equal to 0?